Hello IGTV. If you don't know me yet, my name is Andrea Levine, and today I'm going to be talking about how to create a vacuum of prosperity. And I have so many notes, so I will be looking at them periodically, so I cover everything. But the foundation of it is that in order to get, you must give first. What he's mentioning is that in order to get something, we need to create space for it. So we need to give, right? Because in order to receive, we need to make space for it, and we cannot create space without giving, right? So we have to give first to create the space. And he's also saying that things that we have around us, the people that we keep in contact with, or the items that we have in our home or around us, is something that we are in harmonious vibration with. So there was this lady that he was talking about that he went to see her, and she said, the first thing that she said when he walked in the door, she said to him that, "Oh, don't look at my curtains because I hate them." And she had those curtains up for years and years and years. And in reality, when you think about it, she did not get rid of them, but she hated them, right? So he asked her questions about, no, you must love them. That's why you don't get rid of it, because you're on the same harmonious vibration with it, right? And she said, no, we can't get rid of it because we can't afford to replace it. So if you think about it, it's kind of a real backwards mentality. And unfortunately, a lot of us have this mentality. We think that, oh, it is good enough for now. When I have money, then I will replace it, right? So we don't create space for the good new stuff to come in. Or, for example, when people have their closets full of clothes, right? And they can say, oh, I can't buy any more clothes because my closet is full and I don't have room for it, right? Like, which one of us? Now tell me, put your hands up. Put your hands up if you have your closets full, and if you say that I can't buy more clothes because my closet is full. I'm the same. I find stuff in my closet that I haven't worn in 3-4 years. They're just occupying space from something that would come into the space of that, right? So if you just get rid of that stuff and have that emotional attachment put aside and get rid of that space, now you obviously have more physical space in the closet. And eventually, and it doesn't matter how, whether you can afford it or not, eventually the new stuff is going to occupy that space. Something that you will actually use and you will actually love. So those are two like simple examples of how you can get rid of stuff first, and then you will like give it away. And this is the key: give it away. Because if you sell it, the only thing that you're gonna get for it is the monetary value that you're selling it at. Nothing else. No other prosperity is going to come into your life. That's the whole thing. Giving it away will create space for the prosperity and more to come in. That's the key. You cannot sell it. If you sell it, the only thing that you're going to get for it is the monetary value that you're selling it at. So just create the space and see what's lying around, what you don't need, and give it away. Give it away to a charity. Make some good with it, right? So I'm going to just look at another piece of the note here. And also very important that when you give stuff away to the charity, you dump it into those collector boxes and whatever, you have to expect something in return. You have to expect that you are going to be receiving. Not from the person that you're doing the good deed for or you're giving the stuff from, but you have to expect from the universe. So, and I'm going to read this now because it's very important. This is the summary of it. And the secret of the vacuum of the law of prosperity is to give away the old and create space for the new. You can't get something without giving something first. It means you have to let go completely. And one of the reasons of major anguish and stress in life is indecisiveness. If we hold on to old things and ideas because we lack the faith in our ability to obtain new ideas and new things. So the reason why we think that, oh, I can't afford to buy a new curtain, right, is because we are lacking the conviction that, yes, I will be able to replace that item and I will have the money for it, right? So that's the foundation of it all. That's the primary cause for the stress. So this lack in faith in our ability leads to insecurity, which stems at its root from an inability to understand who and what you are. And the lack of awareness of your connection to the infinite power will leave you with a distorted image of who you are. So it goes back to the fact that you are lacking faith in yourself and in your ability. And also, he's touching on the topic that real security that we think about is attached to money or monetary items or realistic, like real material items, right? But in essence, if you think about it, freedom, real security, is lies in our ability of giving and freedom is letting go completely, not being attached to anything. Let that be a person, let that be an item, let that be money, let that be anything in our life. If you're not attached, if you're not tied down, that's what real freedom is. And that that stems from the fact that you have faith in yourself, that you can create everything that you need. So you have to let go of your negative limitations, your doubts, and other inhibitors, because they obstruct the new life and energy flow into your life. And here he brought in another example that was really interesting. There's this beautiful flower bed, and you want to water it, right? So it grows and you nurture it. So you drag the water hose, you open the tap, you drag the water hose, but there is a kink in the water hose. So there's no water coming out at the other end, although there is a lot of water at the source. So this kink is a block, right? It blocks the water flow, so the flower bed is going to die out, right? So the same thing with the negative inhibitors. That's a kink. You have to get rid of them, because if that blocks you from the wealth and the prosperity coming into your life, you're not going to have it. So it's not a simple concept. It is a simple concept, but a lot of people don't believe in it. And you really have to, I have to read this book over and over and over to really digest everything out and understand that the true power is in our belief in ourselves. And if that happens, it's so simple if you think about it. It's such a simple step. Get rid of everything that you don't need. Get rid of everything. Give it away. Give everything away. Help other people with your stuff. But doing a good deed is actually letting you make space for other good stuff to come into your life. And you know what, guys? Once you realize this, you actually start paying attention to it. And just earlier this morning, I went to the store and the parking lot was full. Costco parking lot. So everybody can relate to it, right? Everybody goes to Costco. So you know what chaotic parking or finding a parking spot is at Costco. So I drove in, lots of cars. And even to cross from one part of the parking lot to the other, it was like cars coming across. And also there was, I would have probably just advanced, but there was this lady with a baby in a stroller and a little girl, and they wanted to cross as well. So I said, okay, you know what, I'm just going to stop and let them by. And they went across in front of me. I was held up even more, but as soon as they went, I drove across, and lo and behold, somebody just pulled out right there and then and there from a parking spot, and my parking spot freed up right there. So you give and then you get. So it made me convinced. That was a message, a proven message for me that this chapter is really, really true, what it's talking about.